Hi guys, it's Jennibellie. Before I get into showing you this faux jelly plate printing technique, I just want to say that I'm not claiming that this way is a better way than using the jelly plate. In fact, I wouldn't even know that because it is not available to buy where I live. So I have to go around and find alternative ways that I can kind of get the look. And I'm getting a little bit worried about big craft companies. I'm going to get on some hit lists, I think, soon, from me finding alternative ways not to use their products. And let me just say, this is not because I don't want to use their product. It is because it isn't available in this country without having to pay the same amount of postage as what the actual product costs. So if companies don't want me to do this, don't want me to invent different ways to use things, as a way of eradicating their product, then they need to make it accessible to me where I live. I live in England, I don't live on the moon. So, what we need to do this is this craft mat that's kind of like a rubber thing. I've had this for years and it only cost me a couple of pounds from a craft shop. So that's number one. It's a bit wet because I've just washed it. And you also just need some regular tools, such as this, a brayer, a craft knife, palette knife, and I've just got a plastic fork here. What I also use to kind of get the, because this is rubber, try and get the jelly kind of thing, I use a gloss medium, which is a Liquitex one, and I just got a mini mister here with some water in it, just to keep it, like, give it a bit of a jelly texture. And then we're going to use acrylic paints and things. Some scrap papers, I've just got some odds and ends of papers here, and I've got some stencils. So let's start off with some paint. And what I found doing this is the thinner kind of paints work better for this technique. If they are thick, then you can just water them down, or use, I think this is actually probably better than water, using a fluid kind of medium. So I'm just mixing that up first. And this sheet, by the way, is where all the waste is going to go, and it is going to look gorgeous by the end, because the other side is covered, and I'll show you that at the end, and it looks gorgeous. So this old brayer that I'm using has been covered in so much paint over the years that it doesn't go smoothly. It's got lumps and bumps everywhere, but I quite like that, because you can then, you know, kind of get a bit of texture to it already. Now let's try this first. This is a soffit that Lisa and Yolanda Lion455 sent me. Thank you very much, ladies. I love it so far. So I'm going to stick this in, and this works quite well with this. So you can kind of see a bit of texture coming up. Try not to put your fingers where the paint is, if you can at all. And then what I like to do is then do a press itself with that, because it looks lovely. You know, I don't like to waste anything, as you guys know. So then some scrap paper, put it down, and put it down flat. I've tended to put it down and rub before it's fully down, and it just smudges it, so make sure it's pressed down firmly first before you start rubbing. And there you go, it's a bit of texture, and just keep going with the rest of it. So what I do with this next bit is I sometimes then just wet it, activate it again, and just do some of this stuff in it, just to use it up for a background for the next one. You don't want to waste it, and it still gives quite a good print look. So and then I just clean them off with a bit of kitchen roll, and I have a little old pepper pot which I keep water in, just to clean them off. So here's another one. And I do it very roughly so that I can get this texture in it already. You know, I don't try and be neat with it. Let's try a stencil that we keep down on the thing this time then. And just smush your finger into the stencil. This one won't be as good as the next print that we do when we lift the stencil up, I've found so far. I mean, it's not bad look, but this one is my favourite one. And again, I want to print the stencil itself down as well. And this is the one that I'm so excited about. Let's add a different colour in here. I've got a stencil brush. Let's just take a bit. Just dab it around a bit. Take this background one. And then what I do with these little ones around the edges is I take strips of paper and just kind of pick them up for there to use for collage. I mean, these generally will probably be used most of all for collage, but I think I might try this again. It's got a little bit still left before I paper towel it. A little bit of something there. Okay. So some colours that don't need a little bit of extra help, like this is quite runny, really, or quite, it's not thin, it's still quite opaque, but it's more fluid, I guess. Smush, 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 smush. Oh. Let's see if there's a... Oh, it's not got much on it. Can you see that? Oh, I just smushed that one, so that one might not be very good. Yeah. Let's still do collage. Now, I think I'm just going to add another colour directly on top of this. Mix it up. Try to keep a little bit of the different colours showing, not to mix them up too much. Now I'm just going to draw directly into this one. I don't need to use anything other than, you know, your own drawings. A little bit of bubble wrap here. Let's use that because I've been getting a lot in the post of Christmas presents that I've been buying. And you're going to see a tutorial with this stuff soon that is not going to be what you'll expect. Ha ha ha. I have something up my sleeve. Maybe try a blank one for this. Okay, let's try and cover it all. I just totally forgot I was on camera then. This is why sometimes I go silent or music goes over the thing, because I do stuff and I forget that you guys are there. Let's see if I can pick some of that up. Ooh. Okay, so I think you guys get the idea. I'm just gonna try and pick the rest of this up on this one. I don't think you guys need me to go through anymore. You get the idea of what I'm doing. And I'll show you some of my prints that I've done earlier today. Okay, so these are the ones we just did. I want to show you the ones that I did earlier. These are the little straggly ends of paint. I think turned out really nice, actually. Really quite cool. This one has a few layers on it. This one's quite groovy. This one is actually a timetable, just a piece of scrap that I used. And this one is all the very remnants, actually, which I quite like the effect of that together. I like the white space in it. That's the last one. And then what I've done with them is just kind of started cutting some into shapes, because I really like them in small areas. I think it really concentrates interest when you can just see certain stuff going on. I think it's really interesting. So that's it. I hope you liked it, and I will see you soon. Wait, I forgot. Out of that last batch, this batch that I just showed you, came all of this waste paper. Isn't it divine? Isn't it gorgeous? From just that one play where I made this batch of paper. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, now it really is. Bye. Oops, so daisy. That wasn't intended. Oh, the takeaway's here. I think the takeaway's here. Woohoo! Dinner time!